Health is wealth. Good morning, dear viewers. Once again, welcome to the Daktari show, and this is a health episode or show which airs on West Nile TV every Thursday from 11 a.m. to noon, where we bring people in the medical field who come to educate you, our viewers, matters regarding your health. And as we say, health is wealth. When you are wise or you have knowledge regarding health, it will help you save or reduce your costs regarding expenditures on medical bills. Yet today we have another special guest who will introduce herself, then we shall pick on with an exciting topic we have for you. You're most welcome to the Daktari show, madam. You can introduce yourself to the viewers of West Nile TV.
Good morning, my name is Atizio Jacqueline Breed. I am a medical professional. Specifically, I am a general practitioner, and I run a private medical facility, and it is located in Onzivo, Kinsasa Gardens, just a few kilometers away from the town center.
Thank you very much, Madam Bridget, and also we don't take it for granted you coming in to educate the viewers of West Nile TV. Our topic of today will regard about skin infections, where specifically we shall look on the mpox, which was declared a pandemic or an emergency in Uganda on the 28th of July 2024, where they found out of the 6 samples, 2 of these samples were positive for mpox, and they declared it a pandemic, or maybe let me say an emergency. And later also on, we saw the World Health Organization coming in to declare mpox as an emergency, where they marked Uganda and maybe the neighboring countries like DR Congo to be hotspots for this mpox. Today we have Madam Jacqueline, who will take us through what's skin infections, what is mpox, which things in the community could you do to prevent or safeguard you and your family from getting this mpox. Maybe Madam Jacqueline, before we proceed to what these skin infections and mpox, a viewer may not know which organ or maybe which part of the body is always mainly specifically affected by this skin infection, maybe mpox.
First of all, a skin is the largest organ in the body. So and the skin has different layers that it carries. One is the epidermis, the second is the dermis, and then and the third one is the hypodermis. So the order in which I have mentioned them is the order that also goes as you're going away from the outside of the skin and you're advancing inside. And the skin, first of all, plays important roles in our body. First of all, a skin is a barrier. It's protecting you from excessive water loss or excessive water absorption. So that's why you see whenever it's hot, you're sweating. When you're cold, you're not sweating. So it's trying to play that role of a barrier in the body. Our skin also has immunity functions. When you look at immunity, there is that bit of innate and then adaptive immunity that the skin plays. So before things get into your body, the virus, the bacteria we are talking about that affects the skin first has to break the skin for it to have access into your body. But also, God has created us in a way that everywhere in our body there are organisms or bacteria or fungus that are playing a protective role. So most of them are actually on our skin. So when your skin gets broken, when these things get access into your body, they start to become a problem. For example, if they were cannulating you and your cannula procedure went wrong, they might introduce a streptococcus, which is actually on your skin that is doing a protection role, and it starts to cause disease inside your body. And And also the skin regulates temperature. We call it hemostasis. When you look at the physiology bit of hemostasis, you see whenever the very same thing of like when you're hot, you'll sweat. When you're not hot, you'll not sweat. So the skin is also trying to regulate its temperature, because if temperatures are not regulated in your body, it can actually send your body into instability. You could go into heat coma, or you could go into cold coma. The skin also plays endocrine and exocrine functions. We have seen mostly in Africa, we have our skin looks dark. Why do our skin look dark? Because there is an element also in the skin component that is converting vitamin D from an enzyme we called 7 dehydrocholesterol, which is being converted from the UV light exposure. So your skin appears the way it is because the skin is also doing its job of creating these cells that we are talking about. The skin also plays a sensory role. You're able to feel hot, heat, you're able to feel cold, you're able to feel pain, because the skin is sensitive to these senses, or these signals that come to your body. So you're able to know, hey, I've been hurt here on my skin, because you feel pain. Skin also plays a role in helping us, the health professionals, in diagnosing diseases. There's a way your skin is supposed to look like. The pigmentation, as you said, in Africa we are dark because we have melanin cells that give us that dark look. So the pigmentation that is from the melanin, the skin tagger, the skin elasticity, these ones are all important, because in certain disease presentation the tagger is lost, or the pigmentation is lost. If suddenly a black woman like me start to have hypopigmentation, that means there's something that is trying to present in my body. But of course, in the era we are in, when you start to see a black woman is becoming less pigmented, she's either bleaching or something, as I said, is a disease that is showing up. Because when you bleach, the bleaching will go and reduce the amount of melanin you have, so you start to see the reflection of what you see on your skin. The skin also plays a role in cell division. There's what we call the squamous, like there are squamous cells that are on our skin. So it plays a role in these, and also carries the nerve endings and the capillary cells that are all important in functioning as a whole human being.
So let's pick on what you have shown us how vital, how useful we need to take care of our skin. What are some of the things? Maybe a viewer outside there is already asking himself, what are skin infections?
Skin infections are infections that are caused by either bacteria or a virus or a fungus. These organisms or parasites that exist. So when they get into contact with your skin, they get to manifest either of these things that I have mentioned. So when we look at the bacterial infections that are affecting the skin, first of all we look at cellulitis. They usually see things swell on your skin and stuff like that. We normally refer to them as boils, but in the medical world we call them cellulitis. It's one of them. It's a bacterial skin infection. We also have impetigo. Impetigo is one of the commonest bacterial infection that we can have. There is necrotizing fasciculitis. I mentioned the layers of the skin earlier on, so this one particularly is causing death to the skin cells, the and all that. And then there's infectious gangrene. Gangrene also makes our skin dry. That's why you see whenever you get things on your skin, the skin could become dark. That means that skin is dead. It will usually go off and a new one grows back. Also, there is rheumatic fever or erythema magnetum. It's associated with rheumatic heart disease somehow, because when you have that, it starts to manifest out in your body also. And then when we look at the viral, the fungal infections that affect skin, candidiasis is one of them. It could affect your body, it could affect your hair root, and all that. And then the ringworms are also one of them. The athlete's foot. You usually see whenever you're putting shoes on, your feet form wounds there, or it just starts to be wet. So that is what we call an athlete's foot. And then the viral infections that are commonly in our community, of course, the monkeypox is one of them. We're talking about herpes simplex is also one of them. We're talking about chicken pox. We're talking about measles. We're talking about what affect our general body as well, but what could also affect our reproductive system part as well. We have Rosella's disease, we have mononucleosis, we have a pox virus, a few of them. But from what I have mentioned, at least you're running through your mind what are these common viral infections we have in our communities. We're always dealing with the measles, the what, and all that. So those are the most common, but some of them also affect people in the other parts of the world.
So today, as we are zeroing down to mpox or monkeypox, which is an emergency, and you have told us it is viral, what is mpox to the viewer outside there? Because I know they could have started hearing of mpox, however they don't know what mpox is. So you could also explain to us what is mpox to the viewers.
Monkeypox is a zoonotic disease. This means that it's a disease we contract from animals to humans. So if you're somebody who eats monkey, somebody who eats squirrels, somebody who eats mice, those are the commonest animals in our communities that actually carry the monkeypox virus. And monkeypox virus is usually commonest in the rainforests. So that's why you hear that the outbreak is actually from the end of DRC Congo, because they have a lot of rainforests.
Actually, I was also asking myself, why is it that most of these diseases or these emergency endemic diseases come from Congo? So she has given us one of the reasons, that because of these rainforests, maybe they are favoring the growth of these skin, or maybe these various emergencies. So now again, we are to how do these how does someone present in case they have a monkeypox? How can they know?
First of all, you have a skin rash. We said it's a skin disease, so that means there has to be a manifestation outside of your skin. So you usually see a monkeypox rash, which is round. It is round, and most time it is filled up with fluid. We call it a blister. So the skin rash forms a blister on your skin. It could be isolated, or there could be a cluster. So you might have one, and then this starts to spread across the other part of the skin. And then we also have sore throat. Okay, sore throat, you need not to confuse it with the other sore throat that comes with tonsillitis. But of course, our body, when there is a discomfort that's already in your body. It usually affects any part of your body, and more or less these things are present similar to other diseases. That's why we tell you it's not good to diagnose yourself at home. Okay, because somebody might have a monkeypox. Now they have a sore throat. They think they are having a tonsillitis, so they start to go and get treatment by themselves for a tonsillitis. Yet we are dealing with a monkeypox. And as you're moving around to do these your things, remember our monkeypox. Some are going to say, I talk about how it spreads, and then you realize it is need to take precaution. You also get headache. Yes, other diseases like malaria, typhoid, hypertension also present with headache. So when you have a headache, let's not assume that it is the other things that are coming in. It could be a monkeypox we're talking about here. You also present with a body ache, your body pains. So we already have sores that are coming. Most times these sores are painful, so this pain could make your whole body to also be paining. And then you also become low on energy. We usually call body weakness. But body weakness also happens with other diseases too. And then you have a swollen lymph nodes. Like lymph nodes are part of our immunity system in the body. So if today we are talking about immunity, we will also look at the lymph system in our body that's playing the role of an immunity. So we have lymph nodes in our various parts of our body. Most prominent ones are usually at your just below your cheek, like at the neck regions. We have them there. We have them under our armpits. We have them under our inguinal region, like where your pelvic bones are. So
excuse me, sorry to cut you short. We always see, like in case I get a wound on the lower leg, that swelling which comes in the pelvic regions, or maybe if I have a cut on the hand, there is always a swelling someone can get in the armpit. Are they the lymph nodes?
Yes, those are the lymph nodes, and the lymph nodes are actually trying to help you fight. The reason why you see them swollen is like they're trying to fight whatever enemy that has attacked your body. So for them to know that they are fighting, you will usually see them swollen. But also when you see them swollen, it's also an indication that the body has failed to fight this infection or whatever is happening in your body on its own. So its defense systems the artillery are breaking down. So in mostly the viral diseases, you will usually see a very prominent swelling of a lymph in these parts of the body I have mentioned. So in case you see any of these signs and symptoms on your body, do not assume that it is your usual malaria or your usual typhoid or whatever could be associated with any of these signs. That you need to go and it's verified that it's not actually what we are thinking, since we said a monkeypox is here amidst us, and the West Nile region, we are amidst the border hot points. Sudan is here, DRC Congo is here, so we receive visitors across the borders, so we really don't know what they come with.
Arua is a hotspot. Maybe even West Nile, the entire West Nile is a hotspot, since we're on the border, so we can get visitors from Congo, we can get our brothers from Sudan, and you never know, they could be carrying this skin infection or virus. So how do you guys always identify, or how can someone in the community, even maybe in the hospital, how do you always identify that someone has an mpox or monkeypox?
I said earlier on that there are diseases could mimic the signs and symptoms of each other. So the signs and symptoms are not enough for us to say that this is a monkeypox. How do we identify a monkeypox. Of course, monkeypox is identified from the laboratory. Yeah, we have the Uganda Virus Research Institute. They have a branch here in Arua, but the headquarters are in Entebbe. So that's why they usually, if we're suspecting that you could have a viral infection, especially like a monkeypox, they collect your sample, they take it to the laboratory, and the laboratory looks through and gives us the pronunciation that this is a virus or a viral infection, and this particular viral infection is a monkeypox.
How can someone in the community acquire, or how is this monkeypox spread or transmitted? In case someone has it, how can they transmit it to the other person?
If you have contact with an infected person, you're likely to get a monkeypox. If you have a contact with a wild animal that carries a monkeypox, you are able to get a monkeypox. And then a pregnant woman that carries the virus is actually able to pass this virus onto the baby. And also having unprotected sex, kissing and with an infected person can also give you an access to get a monkeypox. Then if you get into contact with the fluids from the person that has a monkeypox, you are also likely to get a monkeypox. This is specifically for people that are sharing household. They're staying in one place, they're using the same beddings, the same feeding utensils, so they are liable to contracting the virus.
However, to ask, from this mode of transmission, how someone can acquire this monkeypox, it's all about maybe coming in contact with these people having monkeypox. So in case I meet someone maybe in the community and they have a monkeypox and I don't like get an association with them, can I acquire this monkeypox? Or maybe in case I meet someone on the road, I know maybe he has a monkeypox, I run away, could those also be transmitted? Because since you said it's viral, some people may say it can be transmitted through the air.
The group of people that are in close contact with the monkeypox patients, let's say the frontline health workers, if we do not use our protective gear very well, we are liable to getting a monkeypox. And then also people that are taking care of monkeypox without personal protective equipment, please do not touch those blisters. If it is at home or it's one of your family member, do not touch. You can only make it worse in your cycle. Also commercial sex workers are likely to get a monkeypox because we see that it can also spread through sexual intercourse or kissing and all that. And then the children, like the unborn babies, are at risk of getting a monkeypox in case the mother had the virus. And then the people that hunt and kill wild animals are liable to getting a monkeypox. Yeah. And then the men that have sex with men, will say the gays, the LGBTQ people, you are also liable to getting a monkeypox, or you are at risk of getting a monkeypox.
Hope you are getting an image what a monkeypox is, how you could acquire this monkeypox. Getting in contact with someone who has a monkeypox, it be maybe beddings, kissing. You know, we are in a romantic world there, so people like hugging, they like handshakes, so it could put us at risk of getting this mpox. Let's first get into a short commercial break. Then in the next segment, Madam Jack will take us through the do's and don'ts. Which things should you do in the community and which things you shouldn't do in order to safeguard you in case you have a monkeypox. Let's get back. Thank you.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Lamine Yamal, Antoine Griezmann. La Liga comes to Star Times.
A wild celebration!
The big stars, the tiki-taka football, Real Madrid and Barcelona live in your living room.
Real Madrid, a team of dreams!
Catch all 380 games live and in HD on Sports Premium Channel 259 and Channel 246 starting this August 15th. Subscribe to StarTimes Classic or Smart Bouquet at 36,000 Uganda shillings to enjoy the football experience affordably. StarTimes Football and Limited Passion.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
We'll be back, dear viewers, from that short commercial break. It's still the Daktari Show, a health episode which I see on West Nile TV every Thursday from the hour of 11 a.m. to the hour of noon. And we always tell you, health is wealth. That should be your power word or power pose whenever you're moving out. Health is wealth, because when you are equipped with knowledge regarding health, it will help you and your family save. However, those who have just joined us who missed out on the first segment, our topic of discussion today is Mpox. We have seen on the 20th of July 2024, we saw the Ministry of Health in Uganda coming out to mark or label Uganda as an area or an emergency, marking Mpox as an emergency in Uganda, where they recorded 2 cases of Mpox by the Uganda Virus Research Institute. And also, since West Nile is, like, let me say, the capital here, we are on the borders. We have the DR Congo on our west, we have Sudan, South Sudan in the north. So we looked at it also, we could be at a high risk of acquiring this Mpox. And today we were delighted to be joined by Madam Jacqueline, who is taking us through, in the first segment, to take us through what Mpox is, and she told us it was a virus skin infection, and she told us it on the spread or transmission, it's through contact. And also she told us that regarding the regarding the do's, in case in this segment she's going to take us through the do's and the don'ts. In case you think you have an mpox in the community, what should you do next and what shouldn't you do?
First of all, do not move anyhow in the community. That is number one. You need to inform your community health person or the village health team that you're having a suspect like that. We said a monkeypox is not any other skin infection that we have. It's a public health emergency. Public health emergency usually means the disease is at the risk of going to the next person. So it's not only isolated to you. So once you see that you have signs and symptoms that we talked about, please stay at home. Do not move anyhow, and do not you should wash the lesions that if you're suspecting they are for a monkeypox. And make sure when you're washing them, you're not next to other people. Keep your skin dry, and even the area in which you live, because we said this thing spreads person to person, and it's through a fluid contact, which is either by touching or by kissing another person or by having sexual intercourse with them. So you need to make sure that your skin is dry so that the spread to the next person that you're living with is minimized. We also need to avoid touching items in our vicinity, or sharing items that we use. For example, in the period that you probably suspecting or your family suspecting that you have a monkeypox, they might need to give you a designated plate and spoon or cutleries that you use for eating, so that you do not infect the other people in your household. Also, you can use salt to rinse the sores that are in your mouth or on the skin with salty water. Please don't add a lot of salt like you're adding in your food. Slightly a salty water that will ease with the healing process. Also, you should also take a bath with warm water. We said there is pain in your body, so on the muscles actually, or on your body. So the warm water will help your muscles soothe a little bit and reduce the pain that you are undergoing through. And do not at any point burst the blisters that are filled with fluid. We're looking at you not spreading this to the next person that is in your vicinity, and we also said it's the fluid that is giving us the medium of exchange here. So if you burst the blisters, you will already expose it onto either your clothes or on your other body skin that was not affected. So you start to see yourself developing more of these sores, and that can be a very good opportunity for these things to spread to other people, and that's what you can be able to do at home. And also we said the skin is the largest organ in our body, right? Yeah, so your head actually also carries a skin, but we usually call it the scalp. So sometimes these sores can also be on your scalp, and you might want to say, like, I want to go and shave off my hair, or it is for a child. Please do not shave your hair at that particular time. When you suspect or you have confirmed that you have a monkeypox, you will disturb the sores, and when the sores are disturbed, you're going to impede or impair the healing process of these scars. Yes, and since we said it's a viral disease, really, viral diseases usually they are usually self-limiting. There's the maximum you can do, but there's really nothing much you can do past the maximum. So you reach at a point, you know, I have done enough. This is going to heal on its own. So now you don't need to disturb the the sores on your head, so that the healing process is not impeded. Because if you disturb the wound, you're going to bring into other issues that come with wounds. Now we are shifting from a monkeypox to wound management. So you see, you're giving yourself a lot of work to do. And then also that if you know you have a monkeypox, or you're already in the process of healing, and perhaps you have a sexual partner, please do not have unprotected sex. So that means if for example, if both you and your husband had a monkeypox, God forbid, and you want to have sex, please protect yourselves so that you do not spread it further or infect your other partner. So these are things you can do at the home level. But when we reach to the extent that you need to be admitted, because the signs and symptoms that we talked about are getting uncontrolled,
some people in the community may look at mpox or this monkeypox as maybe rituals. Maybe I had a clash with a friend and all of a sudden I get this infection. Someone may say it was maybe the colleague bewitched him. How can you clear off those methods before we go to the hospital management?
You say it's sores, you have headache, and we cautioned ourselves from that self-diagnosing ourselves that this could be a malaria, or this could be a typhoid. Now we are bringing in the superstition that somebody might say they are bewitched. so before we really do this to ourselves, please, they are trained health workers. We have doctors, we have nurses that are always on duty, we have the lab people, they are always on duty to help you identify your issue. Please first move to the hospital on knowing that this thing is suspected to be the outbreak we are talking about, and it's only from the hospital that they can tell you that this is what is happening to your body, before you go around speculating that your neighbor is bewitching you and they beat you. And when you get to the hospital settings, of course, hospital usually does levels of management with the viral diseases most times, except the HIV that now has its antiretroviral drugs that are in supply. But most of the viral diseases we have are self-limiting. Many of them will not have a definite management. Like, for example, I'll say I can give you paracetamol to cure a monkeypox. It's not there. What we do at the hospital setup is, we said we had headache. If the headache is in excess, we give you pain relievers that reduces the headache, that reduces the muscle ache. If you have a muscle pain, of course the pain is controlled by giving you a pain relievers like ibuprofen, like paracetamol. Some of them could also be injected in your body depending on the doctor's decision that how much pain you're bearing in your body. There could be fever, and the fever is very high, and we said fever is not only associated with the monkeypox, so there could be other things that are actually bringing in this fever. So they will also have to investigate things that could really bring in fever. Monkeypox is one of them. So they could subject you to a series of tests to find out what's really bringing the fever. So if the fever also has other, you might have a monkeypox and also have a malaria. You can actually have one disease that is being superimposed onto the other. So if you have malaria, malaria also comes with a fever, so they would give you treatment for malaria as well as you control the fever that is being brought by a monkeypox that we are talking about here. If there's anything to do with fluid loss in your body, they'll also do a fluid replacement in your body. So you might, somebody's on drip and all that. So these are all supportive management for a monkeypox. So they will just relieve you of what is causing you discomfort most. But we said the disease is self-limiting. It will usually reach a certain point and the healing takes place.
Hope the viewers, you are getting an image of this mpox. Key to note, it is self-limiting. Maybe that's the medical term they use, but for us, like, it can heal on its own with time. Yes. Then also maybe to ask a question. When someone, maybe I delayed to ask this question, when someone has gotten these signs and symptoms, should they immediately rush to the hospital for specialized management? And also we have seen people use these herbs. In case maybe they have an mpox, they may just instead resort to using these bush herbs. How do you recommend or maybe advise such people who do so?
If you're seeing any of the things that we are talking about, as we said, the first person in your community is the village health team. Those are the people that are going to relay the health issues that are affecting their community. These things come to the district health office or the city health office, and then they are spread across, or a health education starts from there with an evidence. So when you know that you're having these things, please inform your VHT. That is number one. There's also a ministry toll-free line which reads like 0800100066, or you send a text message to a U report to 8500. U report works in conjunction with Ministry of Health on issues of public health. So you usually see them send messages. So when you send this message, they will notify immediately that Arua, especially maybe on Jivo, there's somebody who has a monkeypox, and then they immediately also liaise with the people that are in the health department within the city, and we are helped immediately. And then also, you've seen what used to happen with COVID, the contact tracing. So COVID is the same thing that we can also do with a monkeypox. When you suspect that you have a monkeypox, if God forbid after here I suspect that I have a monkeypox, Sunday is going to be my next contact person. So you have to tell the people that you are with recently that I actually have a monkeypox. In any case that they have gotten the infection from you, they are also trying to limit the people that can have access to them to stop the spread of disease. Usually with public health emergencies, it is looking at ending the contact. When you end the contact of the disease, you're able to have it under control. But if we are getting the suspect, or we are getting the people that are affected, we are not cutting the contact with the healthy population. We'll have it spread and it blows out of hand. But when we can do that, we usually, since we said it is was declared as an emergency, but when once our contact is cut, we have already had a control. This group of people, were keeping them in an isolated place, so we don't have any that is going spreading into the larger population, and before we know it, we're like, whatever we had and was a threat is no longer a threat, because they have dealt very well with all that. Also, as a healthy person who is getting to know how a monkeypox really looks like, for you, if you suspect that somebody is actually having a monkeypox, you need to report. The same ministry toll-free line, you can still call and say, I feel there's a suspected case of a monkeypox in my community. It might not necessarily be you, it might be another person, and the one that is carrying the symptoms, don't think that they are reporting you. The reporting we are doing here is not for crime, it is for the good of the society. As we said, we are cutting contact with the healthy population, that we don't want further spread to happen.
We have seen on how the do's and the don'ts we shouldn't do in the fight against this monkeypox. Maybe now let's go to the prevention, because though some of the do's and don'ts are part of the prevention, what are some of the specific preventive measures which are being done at the moment to safeguard and maybe keep our people safe from getting this monkeypox?
The healthcare providers, if we are sick, the community is in a lot of trouble. So in any case that a disease holds up, we first have to safeguard our health workers. So that means vaccination can be done for a monkeypox. They can give you a smallpox virus vaccine that protects you with from the disease if you have not gotten it. So the category of people that are eligible for vaccination, as we said, the healthcare workers that are at front line, these ones are eligible for vaccination. We also have the men that have sex with men, these ones are also eligible for vaccination. We have people with multiple sexual partners, so that means the commercial sex workers we should not share utensils, beddings with people that are already infected. Yes, we should isolate. Once you know that at home you're suspecting you have a monkeypox, you need to isolate and tell your family members, please do not come into contact with me. I feel I am having a monkeypox like symptoms, so I need to observe myself.